Hi, I am Ashok Kalshala, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, from Kakatiya Government College, Hanamkonda, Warangal, Urban District, Telangana State, India. Today's our discussion is Carbanion, BSc, third year, second year, third semester, chemistry, fourth unit, Carbanion chapter. In this session 4, we will going to discuss about some name reactions. Previously, first, second, and third session, we discussed about the carbanion and stability of the carbanion, geometry, and what are the terminal alkynes, other things we discussed, and also some name reaction like aldol reaction, its mechanism, everything we discussed in section 1 and 2. The last topics in this chapter, then we're going to discuss today's session in session 4. Let us see what are the things we heard. Number 1 is the Perkin reaction. Number 1 is said to be the Perkin reaction. Let us see. Number 2 is said to be the benzoin condensation. Haloform reaction. Then how to prepare higher alkynes from lower alkynes. These are the topics we will going to discuss in today's, what I meant to say, in today's our topic. Okay. Now let us see. The first one is said to be the Perkin reaction. Let us see what is this Perkin reaction. The Perkin reaction is an organic reaction developed by William Henry Perkin that is used to make cinnamic acids and its derivatives. It gives an alpha beta unsaturated aromatic acid by the aldol condensation of an aromatic aldehyde and an acid anhydride. In the presence of an alkali salt of the acid, the alkali salt acts as a base catalyst and other bases can be used instead of that one also. Let us see this one. This is a general reaction where a benzaldehyde reacts with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate. This salt is almost the carboxylic salt of its anhydride, and you will get a sodium salt of cinnamic acid. We got here an acidification, you will get a cinnamic acid. Now let us see, this is another and a general reaction. This is an aromatic aldehyde. This is an aromatic aldehyde. And this is going to be an anhydride of a carboxylic acid. Anhydride of a carboxylic acid. Here we use a base. Just now I told you the base is always the salt of, generally the salt of carboxylic acid of anhydride. Now see, this is the base. Then what happened? We'll get a cinnamic acid and a carboxylic acid. This carboxylic acid is related to the anhydride. Now let us see aromatic aldehyde, acid anhydride, cinnamic acid derivative, and this is a carboxylic acid with respect to the acid anhydride that we will use. Now let us see, under the influence of, if you see the reaction mechanism of the Perkin reaction, under the influence of the base, the anhydride gives the carbanion. This carbanion now attacks the carbonyl carbon of the aldehyde. This attack yields an intermediate, the abstraction of a proton from the active methyl group of the intermediate by the given base, and the subsequent elimination of the hydroxyl group gives unsaturated anhydride. This product is now hydrolyzed to finally give alpha beta unsaturated acid. The illustration of the Perkin reaction mechanism given in this slide. Let us see this one. See, anhydride, first of all, this anhydride abstract the proton and we will get some enolate. That is what I meant to say, an oxide ion like oxygen having negative charge because this goes here. Now what happens? This aromatic aldehyde now go on and to this pi bonded one. So that what happens, you can observe an intermediate is formed. this oxygen is going to be added here, this one. This is going to be the aromatic aldehyde, and because the pi bond is shifted to this oxygen, you will get a negative charge, and you will get an intermediate cyclic compound. This is six-membered cyclic compound is formed by this mechanism, in this mechanism. And now again some rearrangement takes place. The negative charge in the oxygen again shifted to between the carbon and oxygen, and same time the single bond between the carbon and oxygen again shifted to here. Now this oxygen will get the negative charge, this one. And this now again added to the anhydride, that is, which acts as a base. Now you will get another intermediate is here. And here from this intermediate, you can see, observe how does the reaction take. The oxygen attacks on this carbon by shifting the pi bond to this oxygen. Now see here what was happened. The proton present here, this is the what is called the proton present is here, that will taken by the base, and it is removed in the form of the water, and you will, that means you will get a double bond in unsaturated compound you will get. And again for this, the acetic anhydride, that is the base, is added to here. Again you will get an intermediate, and this intermediate loss of again acetic anhydride or whatever the base we used, and you will get an alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acid anion, which on acidification you will get, that is cinnamic acid. What I meant to say, cinnamic acid derivatives. For example, if it is a benzene, you will get directly cinnamic acid is formed. And now let us see this one. How does the reaction will be carried out? What is the procedure for this one? The reaction is carried out by heating the aldehyde with an excess of acid anhydride at 180 degrees centigrade. Usually dehydration takes place under the condition of the reaction and an anhydride results. Excess of aldehyde is removed by distillation in steam, and the resulting unsaturated acid is obtained by hydrolysis of the anhydride with dilute HCl. It is important to note that the above given mechanism is not universally accepted, as there are many other variations to the mechanism of the Perkin reaction. One of these other mechanisms include decarboxylation without the transfer of an acetyl group. The generally accepted mechanism of the Perkin reaction is represented by the following steps. In the first step, involves the abstraction of proton by the carboxylate ion to form the resonance stabilized carbanion. This carboxylate ion is from, what I meant to say, the base, which is a species containing carbon with a negative charge. Second, the involves the nucleophilic addition of carbanion to the carbonyl carbon atom of the aldehyde to form a tetrahedral intermediate. The tetrahedral intermediate is protonated by the acetic acid formed in the process. It involves the elimination of water molecule from the hydroxy derivative. The hydrolysis, which is the addition of water of the unsaturated compound to the unsaturated acid, will be resulting. Now see this one. By the condensation reaction, aryl means a substituted derived from an aromatic ring. Substituted acrylic acid can be prepared. Acrylic acid is an organic compound with the formula CH2 double bond CHCOOH. It's the simplest unsaturated carboxylic acid, consisting of a vinyl group connected directly to a carboxylic acid terminus. This colorless liquid has a characteristic acrid or tart smell. It becomes a single compound when mixed with water, alcohols, ethers, and chloroform. These substituted acrylic acids through catalytic hydrogenation can be converted beta-aryl derivatives of saturated carboxylic acids, which may then be converted to different compounds. As for example, a cinnamic acid can be hydrogenated under the nickel catalyst to yield what you say, this is 3-phenyl propanoic acid, which can be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride to get what I meant to say, that is phenyl, or what you say, 3-phenyl 2-phenyl ethyl alcohol is formed. And with this, we can conclude what is a Perkin reaction. And now let us go for the what is benzoin condensation. Let us see what is the benzoin condensation, then how does it happens and what are the mechanism is involved. Benzoin condensation. Let us see. The benzoin condensation is a coupling reaction two aldehydes between two aldehydes that allows the preparation of alpha hydroxy ketones. The first methods were only suitable. The first methods the first methods were only suitable for the conversion of aromatic aldehyde. Let us see this one. Condensation reaction are mainly used. These condensation reactions are mainly used to create carbon to carbon bonds, polymers, new monomers, production of polypeptide, etc. Benzoin condensation reaction is nothing but the coupling reaction that occur between aldehydes for the formation of parent benzoin. In this case, the benzaldehyde is involved in this homo coupling process. Let us see what is the mechanism of the reaction. What is the benzoin condensation? Addition of the cyanide ion to create let us say this one. Addition of the cyanide ion to create a cyanohydrin effect an unplug of the normal carbonyl charge affinity, and the electrophilic aldehyde carbon becomes nucleophilic after deprotonation. A thiazolium salt may also be used as a catalyst in this reaction. Not only the cyanide, thiazonium salts can also increase. See, this is what is the first step involved in the case of benzoin condensation. The cyanide is added here and you will get what is the cyanohydrin derivative. This is if you do potassium cyanide, you will get here K, potassium, this one. Then on hydrolysis, you will get this cyanohydrin compound. Now let us see what happened to the second step. A strong base is now able to deprotonate at the former carbonyl carbon atom. Let's see this one. That is the hydroxyl ion. It takes this proton and you will get a carbanion is generated. It undergo changes, that is it undergo resonance and you will get in the different form. And what is the third step is a second equivalent of the aldehyde react with this carbanion, elimination of the catalyst, regenerate the carbonyl compound at the end of the reaction. See this one. This is what is another aldehyde molecule. This is going to be the another aldehyde. Now this is going to this carbanion which is generated by the deprotonation. So that what happens, you will get this in intermediate where oxygen will have the negative charges here. Finally on hydrolysis, you will get what is the compound is, it is an intermediate, that is 2-hydroxy group. This is what is the next step. This OH, that is the base, abstract the proton from here so that you will get a negative charge, and this negative charge again shifted to between the carbon and oxygen. The same time cyanide ion is removed. So finally you will get this is going to be benzoate. If you see this reaction totally, that is going to be the total mechanism is going to be the, how does it happens. It is a benzaldehyde molecule, cyanide is added here, then the protonation takes place for this oxygen, you will get a cyanohydrin derivative. In the second step, what happens, in second step what happened, the hydroxide ion is again the base abstraction of the proton, you will get an intermediate, and that is this intermediate is formed, and this intermediate now adds to the another second molecule benzaldehyde. Again you will get another intermediate where oxygen will have the negative charge and this protonation takes place. you will get two COOH groups on this intermediate compound, and this again there is abstraction of the proton by the base, so that you will get a negatively charged oxygen here, and this will be shifted to here, and cyanide is eliminated. Finally, we will get what is called as the we will, we will get what is called as the benzoin compound. Now let us see the other one. See this benzoin condensation. What is the application of the benzoin and benzoin condensation reaction? Let us see this one. The benzoin condensation reaction find uses in various organic synthesis and reactions. Let us see this case. The product benzoin is made use in hardening of the different polymers by making use of micro emulsion. The reaction is helpful in the synthesis of heterocyclic compounds and also extends to the aliphatic form of aldehydes. These reactions also find its applications in the polychemistry for the production of polymers as well as in the condensation of new monomers. Now with this we can conclude the benzoin condensation. Then what is the next one is the haloform reaction. Until now we discussed about the Perkin reaction and benzoin condensation. Now let us go for the haloform reaction. In the case of the haloform reaction is the reaction of the methyl ketone with chlorine, bromine or iodine in the presence of hydroxide ions to give carboxylate ion and a haloform. There is one aldehyde that undergoes the haloform reaction is acetaldehyde. Let us see this acetaldehyde molecule, and this is going to be the this is what is going to be the derivative of secondary alcohol. You will get an acetaldehyde derivative or like this, and this is undergoes haloform reaction. Here we get the iodine, that's why you'll get this is going to be the iodoform reaction, and this is going to be the iodoform. Let us see the other one. This reaction has been used in qualitative analysis to indicate the presence of methyl ketone. The product iodoform is yellow and has a characteristic odor. The reaction has some synthetic utility in the oxidative demethylation of methyl ketone. If the other substance on the carbonyl groups bears no enolizable alpha proton. This reaction was formerly used to industrial production of chloroform, bromoform, and iodoform. It is one of the oldest organic reactions, tracing its roots to 1822, when Georges Simon Cyrillus added potassium to a solution of iodine in ethanol and water, resulting in the formation of potassium formate and iodoform. See what are the different steps involved during the iodoform reaction. Step 1, the base, that is hydroxide ion, takes out the alpha hydrogen producing an enolate ion. Then the reaction between the enolate and the halogen occurs, leading to the formation of the halogenated ketone along with the halogen corresponding anion. This is what happens. And this is, this is a what do you say, acetophenone and hydroxide ion, that is a base. It abstracts the proton, you will get a negative charges here, and then it reacts with the iodine, so that what happens, one hydrogen is replaced by, what I meant to say, the hydrogen is replaced by iodine. And the same process is continued until these three hydrogens are substituted by the iodine. This you can observe here what happens. In step 2, step 1 is repeated twice to yield trihalogen ketone. The net reaction till the formation of the trihalogenated ketone can be written as like this. That is, these three hydrogens are replaced by the iodine, and this is going to be, actually this is going to be the I3, CI3, not L. This is going to be CI3, and you will get these three hydrogens are replaced by three iodide ions. See, this is three iodides. Now let us see the step 3. The hydroxide ion acts as a nucleophile and attacks the electrophilic carbon, which is doubly bonded to the oxygen. This carbon oxygen double bond becomes a single bond, making the oxygen atom anionic. This makes the reformation of the carbon oxygen double bond favorable, and the carbon attached to three halogens is displaced, leaving us with the carboxylic acid. An acid-base reaction ensues. The carboxylic acid donates a proton to the trihalomethyl anion, giving the required haloform product. See that what happens. This is after the substitution of the three hydrogens, that is, the iodine is substituted, hydrogens, three hydrogens, then hydroxide ion now adds to here for this carbonyl carbon, you will get an intermediate like this. Now what happens here? This will be again some arrangement here, that is, some changes takes place. The CI3 will be removed like this. In anion it is removed. And this hydroxide ion, there is a proton is there. This proton is abstracted by the I3, CI3 anion, and you will get here iodoform and leaving the carboxylate ion. This is what is the mechanism of the reaction. You can observe very easily. Thus, the third step, haloform reaction mechanism, yields the required haloform precipitate, and the halogenation of methyl ketone with excess halogen results in the formation of carboxylate ion and the haloform. The substrate used in this reaction includes methyl ketone secondary alcohols, which are oxidizable to methyl ketones, ethanol, and acetaldehyde. Chloroform cannot be prepared via the haloform reaction as the hypofluorite ion is highly unstable. What are the uses of the haloform reaction? This reaction has been used in qualitative analysis to indicate the presence of methyl ketone. The product iodoform is yellow and has a characteristic odor. The reaction has some synthetic utility in the oxidative demethylation of methyl ketones. The other substituent on the carbonyl group bears no enolizable alpha hydrogen. With this we can conclude this haloform reaction with its uses. Now let us go to the another one, that is going to be the fourth one is going to be how to prepare lower alkynes from higher alkynes. Let us see this is, before going to discuss this one, first let us see what are the types of alkynes which will be used for preparing higher alkynes. That is, first you see the internal alkynes are there. What are the internal alkynes? That means the triple bond is present in the middle or not at the end. That's why it is called an internal alkyne. What is the name here? It is going to be the 2-butene. Now see, this is another, this is not the triple bond is in the, what I mean to say, not at the end. This is going to be a 2-butene. This is going to be the phenyl propyne. Now what is the terminal alkyne? This is going to be the terminal, and here this is going to be the C triple bond. C is present at the end of the chain, and these terminal alkynes are useful for the preparation of higher alkynes from lower alkynes. This is going to be the 1-butene. This is going to be the chloroethinyl benzene. This is chloroethinyl. This is going to be the benzene. Now let us see how does it is prepared. Alkenes are undoubtedly the weakest brown-shed acids commonly encountered in organic chemistry. It is difficult to measure such weak acids, but estimates put the pK of ethane at about 48. Hybridizing the carbon so as to increase the S character of the carbon hydrogen increases the acidity, with the greatest change occurring for the sp carbon hydrogen groups found in terminal alkynes. Thus, the pKa of ethene is estimated as 44 and the pKa of ethyne acetylene is found to be 25. See a drastic change. It is more acidic than the ethane, making it to 10 to the power of 23 times stronger an acid than ethane. This increases the in acidity. In acidity permits the dissolution of insoluble silver and copper salt of such compounds, and the silver and copper salt useful for the preparation of higher alkynes. Despite the dramatic increase in the acidity of the terminal alkynes relative to the hydrocarbons, they are still very weak acid, especially when compared with water, which is roughly a billion times more acidic. A billion times more acidic. If we wish to prepare a nucleophilic salts of terminal alkynes for use in the higher alkyne synthesis, it will therefore be necessary by use a such stronger base than hydroxide or ethoxide anion. Such a base is sodium sodamide or sodium amide discussed in above, and its reaction with the terminal alkynes may be conducted in liquid ammonia or ether as solvents. The products of the acid-base reactions are ammonia and sodium acetylide salts. Because the acetylide anion is a powerful nucleophile, it may displace halide ion from 1 degree alkyl halide to give more highly substituted alkyne as a product of SN2 reaction. Now let us see this one. The synthesis application is described in the following equation. Synthesis of propane from acetylene. How does it will be prepared? Let us see this one. Acetylene, when it reacts with the sodamide, you will get what is called as the sodium acetylide. That is, we need compulsory a terminal alkyne to prepare higher alkanes from lower alkanes. Now let us see. If this sodium acetylide when treated with the methyl iodide, you will get one propine, that is propine. Means what here? If we use the methyl iodide, you will get a propine, and similar if you substitute this with any alkyl group like ethyl, ethyl, propyl like this, you will get higher and higher number of, that is higher alkynes with respect to the starting material. Now let us see the other reaction. The synthesis applications is described in the following equation. Synthesis of 2-pentane from propine. Let us see this one. This is going to be the propine, and this is sodium oil, and this reaction is carried in ammonia or ether, and you will get what is the compound is the sodium propionamide, that is sodium salt of propionylide. So that when it is treated with the required compound like this, suppose if you treat with the ethyl bromide, you will get the compound is 2-pentane is formed like this. This is the 2-pentane is formed. Similarly, you can prepare any higher alkyne from lower alkynes. Because this terminal, what I meant say, acetylide anion is a very strong base, roughly a billion times stronger than the sodium hydroxide. It is used as a nucleophile in SN2 reaction. It is limited to 1 degree alkyl halides. 2 degree and 3 degree alkyl halides undergo elimination by E2 mechanism. The enhanced acidity of terminal alkanes relative to alkanes also leads to the metal exchange reaction when these compounds are treated with organolithium or Grignard reagent. This exchange shown below in the equation 1 can be interpreted as an acid-base reaction which is accepted proceeds in the direction of the weaker acid than weaker base. This factor clearly limits the usefulness of the Grignard or lithium reagent when terminal triple bond is present as in the equation. See what happened. This is going to be the when a terminal alkyne is treated with the Grignard reagent. This is RMGX, ethyl magnesium bromide. You will get a product, and here the proton is transferred to here. You will get the alkane. Now see in this one, this again, in the magnesium, when it is treated with the magnesium, simply this acetylide, the terminal acetylide will be replaced here. You can see that's why this is another, what I meant to say, this is going to be the another compound. When treated with this one, then this is going to be the magnesium bromide is formed here. It is not a terminal, it is an similar to the alkynyl halide, and when it is with the magnesium, see, you will get this one, and this will be what happens, rearranges to this terminal compound. The acidity of terminal alkanes is also plays a role in the product determination when a vicinal or geminal dihalides undergo base-induced bis elimination reaction. The following example illustrate elimination of this kind, starting from 1,2-dibromopentane prepared from 1-pentane by addition of bromine. See this reaction. The initial elimination of presumably forms 1-bromo-1-pentane, since base attacks at the more acidic and less hindered 1-degree carbon should be favored. The second elimination then produces 1-pentyne if the strong base sodium amide is used. The terminal alkane is trapped as its sodium salt, from which it may be released by mild acid treatment. However, if the weaker base like KOH is used for the elimination, the terminal alkyl salt is not formed or is formed reversibly, and the initially generated 1-pentane rearranges to form more stable 2-pentane via an allene intermediate. You can see this reaction. See, this is going to be the terminal, what I meant to say, pentene, pentene 1, and this bromination. For this, when sodamide is used, what happens? This bromine, sodamide when added, it is removes HBr so that you will get an unsaturated one. And in this presence of sodamide, what happens? You can observe a terminal acetylide is formed. That is, acetylide is formed, which on reaction with any alkyl halide, that is, gives the higher alkanes. Suppose when a weak base is used, it does not get the, what I meant, say, terminal alkane or sodium salt. This with the help of the potassium hydroxide, it's not possible to prepare the higher alkanes. I hope this session is very useful for understanding Perkin reaction, benzoin condensation, and haloform reaction. And one more is said to be the how to prepare higher alkynes from lower alkynes. I hope this is very useful to you. Now let us see. In the case of non-terminal, one more reaction. In the case of non-terminal alkanes, sodium and potassium amide and related strong base from 1-degree amines are able to abstract protons from carbon atoms adjacent to the triple bond. The resulting allenic carbanions undergo rapid proton transfer equilibria, leading to the relatively stable terminal alkyne conjugate base. This isomerization may be used to prepare longer chain 1 alkane, as shown in the following conversion of 3 heptane to 1 heptane. The R and R dash substitute the on the olefinic intermediate range from propyl to hydrogen as the proton transfer proceeds. See this reaction. You can see this reaction, and this is going to be the terminal acetylide, and here sodamide is prepared. So with sodamide and ethyl bromide, the hydrogen is substituted here, and with the sodamide, what happens again? There is a intermediate is formed. It's rearranges an allene product. Again, you will get a terminal acetylide. So that what happens? This is, you will get a terminal 1 heptane, which on reaction with again, you will get a higher and a higher alkane. Okay, with this I hope you understood the different reactions that like Perkin reaction, Benzoin condensation, haloform reaction and their uses, mechanisms of the reaction, then how to prepare higher alkanes from lower alkanes, and hope this is very useful to you. And with this, I can conclude this session. If it is useful, then share and subscribe my channel and share among the BSc third semester students. It is very useful for them. Thank you for one and all. Okay, thank you all. And we will meet in the next session with other topic.